Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, everyone. In the second meeting of Semantic and Pragmatic class, we're gonna talk about meaning, properties, and relations. And the presenters are Salsabila Khairunisa, Sharlina, and me, Wildatul Fikra. Using language to give meanings of words. As we can see in the slide, there are some examples of that. Little means small or not big or not much. And short means not tall or small in stature. Small means little in size, and big means large in size, and much means large in quantity. So we can conclude that one word can define by other word or by a sentence. And the relationship between a word of the example refers to quantity, size, or extent. And then we talk about the sense relations of relevant to adjective. It's about first synonyms. So the synonyms is equivalence of sense, or people sometimes say synonym is similar meaning. The words good, fine, excellent, and great are synonyms each other. If a single word in a sentence is replaced by a synonym, so the literal meaning of the sentence is not changed at all. For example, if we ask a person, "How are you?" and then she said, "I am fine," or she would say, "I am good" or "great," so it means the same thing, that she is okay, she is good. Sometimes we use a word fine or great, so even we change that word, it wouldn't change the meaning at all. And then sentences with the same meaning are called paraphrases. And then antonyms. Antonyms are commonly defined as words with opposite meaning. Words which are antonyms actually share most of their components of meaning and differ only with respect to the value of one particular feature, such as big is the opposite of small and diligent is the opposite of lazy. So sometimes we can see that antonyms and complementaries are quite similar, but the difference is complementaries are in pair. It means that only have two words, one word and the opposite, and there is no other option. While the antonyms might have more than one word that opposite with a certain word, like small might opposite with word big, and sometimes it can opposite with word long. Now we talk about converses. Converses are general feature of the members of antonym pairs is that they have what grammarians term comparative forms, with the comparative suffix er, like smaller, bigger, brighter, higher, and better, and etc. Or in the construction more plus adjective, like more humble, more patient, and etc. The comparative forms of an antonym pair have an interesting sense relation between them, called converseness. Meaning postulates. Meaning postulates were developed by a philosopher named Rudolf Carnap. He developed it as a way of integrating into logical systems the entitlement information that comes from word meaning. For example, Robert is a friend of mine, and if he is a friend of mine, then I will give him a cake. Therefore, I will give Robert a cake.
The next material, constructions with adjectives. Credibility. Many adjectives are credible, which is to say that the language has ways of expressing different levels or degrees of the qualities that they denote. So let's see the examples. Examples are given with the relevant indicator of credibility in italic. The adjectives in the examples given are all members of antonym pairs. They denote regions towards either end of scales. The members of complementary pairs like same with different, right with wrong, and so on are resistant to grading. And you guys can see the examples. Superlatives such as best and fastest and covert superlatives such as freezing denote extreme end of scales. Some examples are given of their tendency towards non-gradability. These are some adverbs that will go with both complementaries and covert superlatives, but not with most ordinary antonyms. The maximers, absolutely, and completely are among these adverbs. And you guys can see the example with antonyms, with complementaries, and with covert superlatives. Okay guys, we are going to the next topic, adjectives modifying nouns. First, let's see the picture. From the picture, we know the left-hand oval represents the set denoted by green, all the green entities that there could be. The right-hand oval represents the set of entities denoted by bicycles, all bicycles. The intersection of the two ovals encompasses things that are included in both sets, things that are green and also bicycles. This is a satisfactory enough account of how these two meanings are put together. Adjectives that fit this scheme of interpretation are called intersective adjectives. But there is an ambiguity if the same adjective could also be used to describe the nature of people as people. So, the best politician in the sentence, he is the best politician in the country, can be understood as the most virtuous one. Larger sets than pairs. Another sense relation that holds between the meaning of sets of words that can be larger than pairs will be introduced. It is called incompatibility. In advance of that discussion, it should be noted that some adjectives with apparently interesting interrelationships in meaning occur in sets of more than two. For the examples, first, black, purple, blue, brown, green, yellow, orange, red, pink, white, and gray are grouped into color. Second, circular or round, triangular, rectangular are grouped into shape. Third, previous, current, next are grouped into type. Okay guys, let's go to the next topic, lexical sense relations. First, meaning relations between words. A traditional way of investigating the meanings of a word is to study the relationships between its meaning and the meanings of other words, like which words have the same meaning, opposite meanings, etc. Strictly speaking, these relations hold between specific sense rather than between words. That is why we refer to them as sense relations. For examples, one sense of math is a synonym synonym of angry, while another sense is a synonym of crazy. Identifying sense relations. The range of useful comparisons seems to be limited by some concept of semantic similarity or comparability. Synthetic relationships are also relevant. The kinds of meaning relations mentioned above, like same meaning, opposite meaning, etc., hold between words which are mutually substitutable, which can occur in the same synthetic environments. These relations are referred to as paradigmatic sense relations. We might also want to investigate relations which hold between words which can occur in construction with each other. These relations are referred to as syntagmatic relations.
The next point is about variable scalar antonyms. A defining property of variable antonym is that replacing one member of such a pair with the others produces sentences which are contrary. Next, converse pairs. Converse pairs involve words that name an asymmetric relation between two entities, example, parents-child, above-below, and the relations must be asymmetric or there would be no pair. Symmetric relations like equal or symbols are, in a sense, their own converses. And the example first is Michael is my advisor. Second, I am Michael's advice. Reverse pairs. Two words, normally verb, are called reverse if they denote motion or change in opposite direction. In addition, they should differ only in respect or directionally. Cruz, 1986, 226. Examples include push/pull, come/go, fill/empty, and etc. And the other example in the sentence: A. The nurse hated the instruments to sterilize them and then cooled them again. B. George filled the tank with water and then emptied it again. Next, about hyponymy. When two words stand in a generic-specific relationship, we refer to the more specific term as the hyponym, and to the more generic term as the subordinate or hyperonym. Like the example, C. Biscuit was a stallion in tiles. Him, C. Biscuit was a horse. And second, Fred stole my bicycle in tiles. Fred took my bicycle. Next, John assassinated the mayor in tiles. John killed the mayor. Taxonomy is a special type of hyponymy, a classifying relation. The word taxonomy is also used to refer to a generic specific hierarchy or system of classification. Examples: a beagle is a kind of dog, gold is a type of metal, a stallion is a kind of horse, Sunday is a kind of day of the week. The last point is meronymy. Meronymy is a pair of words expressing a part, whole relationship. The word naming of the part is called the meronym, such as hand, brain, and eyes are all meronyms of body, and then door, roof, and kitchen are all meronyms of house.